Hello, everybody. Happy 2023. It's the new year. Yes, absolutely. I got that correct, as opposed to the last time I wrote a check for rent and it bounced back because I wrote 2022 on mistake. Or rather, 2021. That was last year. See, listen, time means nothing. It's a soup. Hi, welcome to What's Left of Us, the podcast where me and a bunch of my friends sit together and play our fun game of Basements and Big Lizards.
You said it!
I did. The joke will now be that every time I will have a different funny name for what we're playing. And we we get together every month on the last Friday every month and we play our game, our little TTRPG, and hopefully tell a good story. Hopefully we're getting there. There's lots of stuff to get over. First of all, as with most other TTRPG playing things, everyone at the table has said they are comfortable with the subject matter, but if any of you end up not being comfortable with something that comes up, please step away, take care of yourself, come back a little later on when that happens. Anyone needing to answer some questions on the fly in chat, our lovely moderator Sam, pronouns in my bio in chat, is taking care of that. You can ask him questions directly, or you can hold them for the end of the session where we will be having our couch talk, our table talk, where we sit on a couch and there's no table involved at all, and we talk about what happened at the table. See, that's where the table comes in. And that happens directly after the stream, so save any big questions for then if you need it. Speaking of Sam, though, wave again, Sam, pronouns in my bio in chat, we'll be making sure that nobody is mean in chat. So if you're being terrible, Sam will smack you with a hammer. Or whatever appropriate device he says he has at the time, because it's all metaphysical and doesn't matter. Let's see here. I think that's where no, the VODs for these episodes are automatically uploaded to the YouTube after every single time. So you can just go to the YouTubes if some of you are watching from there already. So congratulations on being the cool folks. You can immediately watch the VODs whenever you like. They're just all up there. Have fun with that. Let's see here. I think that was everything for the housekeeping. Let's go to the map and I will begin our recap. Map. That's the sound effect that plays whenever I hit the map button. Welcome back to the town of Velasso. You are at the base of a currently erupting volcano. You have been for some time. The party has gone both up and down the slopes looking for adventure and finding it in the case of some lava-fied zombies and monsters that are fleeing the destruction, and bandits in the case of the last episode. Bandits were blocking the only route out of the town to the east. And the party took care of them in a rather spectacular fashion, rather crabulous fashion in some cases, and revealing yet another monster-fied form for one of the party members. Right? Some people are getting jealous, but don't worry, I'll make monsters out of all of you yet. After the bandits had been taken care of, the party came back to Velasso to report that they could now flee if they needed to. They absolutely do need to evacuate. The town is trying to get out of this deadly area. And that's when the goodest boy, McBarks, came back from his journey up the slope to try and find out if there was anyone alive in the village of Tema, which is the farming village that is a little bit more private than this like tourist trappy Velasso village down at the base here. And indeed, there was a note affixed to it, signed by the demite of that village, which is sort of like farming druid that they have around here. And the note reads that there is indeed people who are trapped up the mountain slope, and they are holding out, but they do need help. And that this person has more information about the mountain specifically that needs to be heard. And at that moment, in perfect cinematic timing, the mountain erupted once more. Large plumes of smoke flinging flaming rocks all over the place, gooshing a bunch of lava out the sides, the whole shebang. Yeah.
Did you have to?
And yeah, absolutely.
It's
Accompanying
contractually
that,
obligated to say the G word at least once per stream.
Absolutely. We have a whole episode. Watch episode 12, Let's a Goosh. Anytime you'd like. Actually, wait, no, that's episode 11. Hey. Anyways. Accompanying that was, of course, a large earthquake. So things are getting more dire here. And it's with that backdrop that the party now picks themselves up off the ground. The town has gone quiet. That sort of quiet that happens immediately after a large, terrible event. The houses seem relatively intact. None of them really collapsed. But people, like, there are cobblestones all over the street that just got popped out while the ground kind of rolled around. And again, you're seeing the mountain shoot out a bunch of flaming stones, but none of them are reaching as far down as the village. But as you're looking up the slope, you notice that pinprick of light you saw before flares in response to this issuance. And as a couple of rocks hit rather close to it, you see it bouncing off of this golden light from the direction upslope. And at the same time, as you see the lava start pouring down the side, you also see another pinprick of light way further up, much closer to the caldera. And the lava is diverted from that area for a moment as it issues. Aside from that, there is smoke and a whole bunch of lava heading down the slope.
Headed in which direction?
Roughly in your direction, although it is going slow enough that you probably could just walk it. Lava doesn't actually flow that fast. So considering how far it is up the slope, it'll probably be a day before this particular movement gets to you.
Well, shit. What is the vibe in the town now? There are other people seeing this? How's everybody reacting?
People are mostly agape at the unfortunate nature of all the lava coming towards them. But Fint, the sergeant, kind of gets his act together the quickest, as a military man tends to, and starts barking orders and getting people on their feet and stuff. And he turns to you folks and he says, "You said the bandits are gone, yes?"
Most of them.
Most of them.
they still have a camp somewhere, but we got rid of their blockade.
We're gonna have to hope that's enough. All right, people, get your bags together. We're leaving now. And people start moving around, and the Doge is like, "But what about Tema? The people up the mountain slope." The Doge is worried. He's a very serious person. It's a good caricature.
I mean, is there anything we can do at this point? Or
Did you not find the path?
I mean, we did, but I just point to the lava.
No, you might be able to reach it if you hurry, but then you would be trapped up there as well. I can't leave people behind. I am the leader of this town.
I mean, what do you expect us to do? Go up an erupting volcano?
I would like some experienced help, but if you can't, I understand. Like,
Emery just kind of like turns back to the rest of the group and just kind of like half shrugs. It's like, what do we do?
Rathgirther never turns down a civilian in need.
I'm in.
That's me, and I make eye contact with them. That's my name.
We know what your name is.
No, I'm not. I know you know. I just, to be clear, sometimes I speak in the third person. It's an affectation.
Oh, you are the mighty Rathgirther. We were going to have a play pass through here about a year ago, and it never came. was interested in hearing your tales, but firsthand seems like a much better idea.
Indeed. Plays are for fools.
Okay, yeah, sure. Volcano happening? Are we going or not?
To the volcano!
Yes, I feel like that would be
Okay.
beneficial to everybody.
Okay.
And Fint
Or we
goes.
just kind of like,
You see Fint pull Rodicio aside, the doge, for a second, and he like whispers something in his ear. If anyone's close enough by, I think actually you kind of are all over in the pavilion right now. I didn't move you there, but nah. If any of you wants to make a perception check to hear what Fint is telling the doge, you can
absolutely, I'm nosy.
Yeah.
go for it.
Me too.
That's a 13 with no modifiers. Perception. 12.
Oh, no. Nope. I just rolled a natural one.
Oof.
That's a 6.
Woo!
Mal's just looking up and it's like, wow, a volcano.
Yeah, there's a lot of lava coming here.
Wow.
Oh
Randy's
no.
like, Randy's like, hey, that seems bad.
Oh, I rolled a nat 20.
A nat 20.
A nat 20.
His crab senses are tingling.
And sorry, Mildred, did you say you rolled as well?
I got a 7.
You got a 7? No, sorry. All right, Vernon,
you beat me.
you're the only one who hears Fint lean in and put like a hand on Radicio's shoulder, and he goes, I mean, you should be with your people. I can't. My job is supposed to be to protect you. You can't do this on your own. And Radicio goes, but they're my people. You can't, Roger, you can't let me protect me all the time. And Fint is like, try and stop me. You're going with the people, and I'll go with these adventurers. There's a small soft argument after that, but you get because you also got a 20, Vernon, you get that their tone is, it's soft in nature. They've got like a deeper relationship than they let on to most people.
Are they dating?
Maybe.
Are they dating?
A little hard to tell considering they are in an active volcano problem. But
Oh,
yeah.
well, sure, but are they in love, Jay?
they might
need to know.
Love is stronger than any volcano.
Love is stronger than any volcano. So yeah, Fint sharply turns and says, I'm with you folks. That's me. I'll get to Tema with you, and I'll get those people down the mountainside.
All right, well,
All right,
lead the
well,
way.
with you, how could we lose?
I don't.
I mean, let's not dwell on that, but we're walking.
I don't.
We're walking, and we're looking, and we're seeing, and we're
just-
walking.
Just for everybody else, as you're about to leave, Fint steals a very quick hug with Rodicio, and they're gone.
Did they kiss?
I don't think. I mean, Rodicio probably would like it, but I don't think Fint is that sort of person to do that in public. He's not a very improper. He would think it's improper. I don't think that sort of thing is improper. I would definitely take that opportunity.
I want to see the fanfics on my desk tomorrow, 8 a.m.
Exactly.
I don't care if tomorrow's Saturday.
Get me pictures of them.
You two should kiss. You may not see each other again.
Rodicio like wiggles his eyebrows at Fint, and Fint like rolls his eyes real hard, but absolutely goes in. There you go.
Confirmed.
You made it
This
happen.
is definitely the first time that Tim has ever seen anyone kiss, like in real life.
Anyone at all. There you go. Good assistance. Rethgirther, I'm giving you a inspiration for that.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Yeah. Love is real. Okay. So folks, you head up the slope. You notice that the lava from the previous issuance kind of did overflow the that big ravine you saw earlier that was keeping everything back. And so it had started to boil down. When you pass the Doge's villa, it's completely burnt to the ground at this point. Like the parts of the stone structure are obviously still standing, but a lot of it is collapsed and on fire. And coming to the let's just switch over to, where is it? I'm here, my friend. Where are you? There you are. Pull everyone into the, as it slowly loads in all the objects before the Exa.
But they gotta walk too, okay? It takes a while.
They do. Summon players to this board. Here we are. You might remember your trench that you found last time. It is
good. Back at it again.
Yeah, you are back here, and your this area still appears to be safe. It looks like because everything kind of there's because everything is pouring over the edge of the ravine further over near where the Doge's villa is. It's like a pressure release valve. This area hasn't actually had significant lava flow since. So this still appears to be safe. It goes almost all the way up the side of the mountain and lets out somewhere near the plains where Tema's farms are usually kept. And nothing much has changed here. You pass by the area where people were camping before, where you fought the lava zombies, the zombies.
That sounds too much like lasagna.
The
Yeah.
zombos.
Now I'm hungry.
Now I'm gonna
I
have to
hate
eat the
Mondays.
Right.
Good thing it's Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TGIF, am I right?
Right. In fact, the zombos say the same thing. There are parts of the people, the zombies that you had killed, are actually still, as you can see, living, like trying to wiggle around. They are very much stuck, half formed in the lava now. So they're of no threat to you, but you can see that they've reformed slowly over the course of the couple of days you've been at, but they're in worse shape. It's like whatever's reforming them has a degrading effect. And so like they're very sluggish now. Parts of them are just solid, like they just can't move, you know?
Yeah, it's part of being in your 30s. It's natural.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way.
Right. Get 30 and your knees just gone. So yeah, it's not, I don't know, if you folks want to stop for a moment and investigate, you absolutely can. Again, they're of no threat to you.
Any parts of the zombies that are wiggling, I'm just gonna whack them with my sword. Just stay down, bitch.
Emery, you explode into fury. No, I'm kidding.
It is important to
It's lava! That was the trigger! No!
it is important to double tap when you find a zombie, so
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, you take a swipe at the like a zombie hand that's trying to desperately to claw its way out of the lava, and you cut it, and it stops moving for a few moments, and then you notice movement slowly animating it again, just subtly.
Whack it again.
Gotcha. Same thing. More pieces until it's more or less completely destroyed.
Here?
Sorry.
Fuck these things.
We can play with zombies later.
Now, well, if we're coming back this way, I want to make sure they don't have time to fully recoagulate or whatever.
Bint is like, that's, you said lava zombies. I didn't realize. You were exactly correct. That is exactly what they are. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I can see how that would seem like an analogy, but no.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. You folks travel further up the slope from here, and as soon as you're past this, it sort of becomes almost a tunnel at one point where the lava kind of slowly formed overflow and flow and flow into this sort of overarching like tube. but it lets out at some point, and you see that the fields are just... Everything is darker here. It's getting a little hard to breathe, if I'm being honest. There is ash all over the place. You can see spots where fields were, farmhouses here and there. Bits of grape trestles just lining the area. Or sorry, I should say trellises, not trestles. And all of it is covered with like a fresh flow that is sort of cooled. And you can see a little further up the slope where the fresher flow is coming, and you can see where the rocks which have now stopped falling because obviously that happens within the first couple of hours, have landed around this field, and there's just like a minefield of superheated boulders that have slowly started to cool. And yeah, you pick your way across. Are you folks trying to be stealthy as you go across the mountain plains, or are you just trying to get to Tema?
I don't think I would be trying to be particularly stealthy, but the
Probably
fact that you
not
asked the
really,
question
no.
makes me feel like I should be.
That's kinda
It's
how I
like-
feel as well.
What are we hiding from? More lava zombies?
I certainly don't know. That's for you to find out.
Out.
You're the only
Ouch.
one who knows.
Right.
I want to ask Randy if there's like whisper to him and ask him if he feels any other like lava zombie presence around here.
He goes, I mean, I'm not a barometer for undead things. I'm just a dead guy.
Fuck, what good are you?
Do you want to... I know... I mean, you could have asked anything. You could have asked, hey, why are these things coming back to life, Randy? And I would have been like, I might know that.
Do you know that?
Why don't you roll a history check with advantage, because Randy is talking on your shoulder.
History. Okay.
If you were a magic user, I would have said you could roll Arcana.
Well, I'm not. That's 10 plus 3. So I got 13.
Did you roll it with advantage?
Oh, nope. That was the first roll.
Yeah.
So now I got 16.
16, that's not bad. Randy goes, well, like sometimes some evil wizards will bring back some dead people to do stuff. Other times some artifacts do it. You know, like somebody will make some sort of crown that helps somebody raise the dead, and then they leave it somewhere for a while, and then someone breaks in and activates it, and a lot of zombies come up. You never seen that happen before?
No, I've never seen any zombies before, Randy.
You gotta do some living, friend.
Or die.
So,
'cause
No,
zombies-
nobody else hears Randy but me, right?
No, nobody.
Okay,
Nobody's seen him
I'll
either.
tell them. So I'm just standing here talking to myself.
Yeah, more or less.
Have I explained to them about Randy?
Nope.
Don't think so.
Okay, cool. I'll just keep it to myself then, and then I'll just tell them what Randy said about how it could be an artifact or a person that's bringing the zombies.
I didn't think you were so worldly.
Yes, you must have lived quite a lot in your few years.
See,
You
that's
seen
how you
anything
get
like
them.
this before?
You get them impressed, and then they're eating out of your hand.
God, that voice.
I'm just gonna be like, well, I've just heard stories.
That makes
Haven't
sense.
seen it personally.
Okay.
Well, let's discuss which one would be worse. So if it's an evil wizard, we can just kick their ass.
Indeed.
But
And crowns do not have asses.
Except
Would
for the
make
notable
making
butt
its ass
crown.
difficult. Yes.
I'm
indeed.
sorry. The what?
The butt crown. It's a crown of butts.
You say this like it's a thing.
Yes, it was commissioned by the King of Asses.
It's another Rat Girder story. It's amazing.
Well, it's not one of the better ones, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty.
Star.
Good night, everybody. That has been the 13th episode of What's Left of Us.
This has been the Aristocrats.
Guess who's waived the right to ever complain about the word goosh again?
No! No! I can't help it!
Got her.
Damn it!
Okay,
And
folks.
we're walking!
And we're walking.
I'm the
Okay.
fucking volcano!
So yeah, you actually don't encounter any particular bad things. You do, however, see some things. As you're walking around, you see like what looks to be like a migration of bullets. Bullets are like these land shark dog things. Yeah, they're very cute actually. But normally bullets travel underground, but unfortunately because everything is so fluid underground right now, they're walking above ground and they're just kind of like moving as a herd south, as far south as they can go. So they're trying to cross the lava field. You notice that they're not particularly too upset when they manage to step in lava once or twice, but they try to avoid it as best they can. But that's pretty much the only sign of anything you see, although you're not sure if it's because the lava under your feet hasn't completely cooled yet, but every once in a while the ground sort of heaves softly here and there occasionally. But that's about as close as you get to seeing anything on your way to Tema. After about an hour and a half, 2 hours, you start to see a village come into view through the ash, and it is not doing well. Where did I put Tema? There you are. This one is a big one. Where are you, my players? There you are. Let me get your characters.
The first thing I thought when you mentioned that the bullets were migrating was, we're gonna ride them like horses over the lava.
There's still time.
We can just go back and get them.
Bullets are adorable.
We spend the next 6 hours trying to lure them over to us. The town just burns to the ground.
You little land shark.
Where's Maldris? Maldris. There you are.
Nuggets?
They man,
Lovely work.
bullets love their nuggies, okay? Like, don't even.
You want some crab cakes?
It's universal. Where's Fint? Where did I put him? There you are. Hello, Fint. Okay, so Fint leads you into the town. What's left of it? Anyway. Title drop. As you can all see, the town is not doing well at all. It looks like the earthquakes have reduced most of the town's buildings to shambles, but aside from the buildings on the outskirts, which are literally covered in lava and burned to the ground, the ones in the center are relatively untouched. And I thought I had my notes open, but I don't. So give me a half a moment. You can talk amongst yourself for half a second.
How many
I can't believe
apples
that
on a crown of S?
that butt crown is a real thing. I always thought it was just a legend.
Oh yes, it's
I mean, I'll believe it when I actually see it.
pray that you don't.
You know what? That's fair.
It's not dangerous. It smells terrible.
Oh wait, is it okay? Are we talking about like gold, like a gold crown, or is it like an actual like crown made of the asses of once living people? Because I was thinking the first one.
It's both. Made
oh
of
no!
the asses of once living people made of gold.
I hate that a lot, actually.
Yes, it's the worst thing it could have been.
Are they at least like good asses?
Depends
Like, are
what you're
they-
into, to be honest.
Okay, that's fair.
What rating would they get on
I would assume
butts.com?
they'd be mostly flat, so...
Like, am I saying they're totally peached up? Not really.
Cheeked up on a Saturday afternoon.
Let's
I don't know.
put it this way: they don't call it the crown of cakes. All right, this is
Oh no.
That's a mistake you make once.
And then never again.
Okay. So my poor computer is struggling. So we can continue. So you folks are coming into town. You do notice that there are people. There are people living in and around here. There are some scattered survivors. You can notice that they're all kind of pushed up against the center of town, living in tents and in the remnants of the buildings.
Sorry, I spaced out for a second. You said there were people, or?
There were, yeah.
Okay. I mean, we should go talk to them, right?
I think it would make the most sense to me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm
what
just
we're
gonna like
here for,
start
yeah.
heading over there. Be like, hey! Anybody still alive?
Whoa, what was
Fint is moving. He's on the move.
Oh god.
that?
This is the action
He's
sequence,
hopping.
everybody.
I'm hearing the music for what's that Mitchell and Webb sketch with the homeless Sherlock Holmes character, Sir Chicken Caesar, Sir Digby Chicken Caesar.
I've never heard that before.
Damn, sounds like we gotta have more to our watch party.
Yeah, guess so.
Wow. So Sparks actually runs in ahead of Fint and right to a particular person who says, "Oh, Metal Boy, you're back." And you all see a. At first, you think this person might be a dwarf, given they're a little bit shorter than everybody else. But it becomes more apparent as you get closer that they're just probably a particularly short human. This is she's wearing the accoutrement of what you would recognize as a druid, only barely. In that she's got like a staff, and she's wearing mostly like rawhide vestments and that sort of thing. That look vaguely ceremonial, but you notice that she's also wearing like stalks of wheat, and she's like wearing a living. It's sort of like a low-hanging necklace that's made out of living grapes, and that's just like it seems to be like maybe her spell focus or something, given that it's still alive and not like gross and rotting. You would take this to be the Demete.
Hey, are you the person who wrote the letter?
I am, yeah. I take it you're the rescue team.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I'm surprised there's still people here.
Well,
I figured
that
you
would
would have
be.
moved on by now.
We were trapped by the first large eruption, but she pats the stone behind her. This thing and me have been keeping the center of the town relatively safe. Can't do nothing about the earthquakes, but
Is it some kind
we're
of force
good?
field generator or something?
sort of, yeah. I've got to feed my magical power into it to turn it on, so I'm a little tired right now, but yeah, I've been using this to do this and to keep the zombies at bay.
Crap, there's more of those things.
They attack us in waves every night. I mean, as she says that too, you notice that it's, even though it is also very dark, you notice that it is getting darker. It is getting towards the end of the day. Yeah,
Is there any
so
way that we can help somehow? Maybe lend some magic of our own if we have any?
it's a
Or
fairly simple,
even
right?
smashing zombies would also something we have some experience with.
We could do both, but I think the priority is perhaps getting off the mountain before it completely explodes.
Ah, fair point.
Oh, right. That's what I was going to also tell you if you had... Well, we're kind of going to be stuck here for the evening, I think. Traveling down the mountain tonight is not a good idea.
You sure you can keep the force field up all night?
For tonight, I might need some help. And the rock is getting a little bit damaged. But now that you're here, probably... Bless you.
Well, what do you need us to do? Precisely.
We're all civilians here. I can't even cast many harmful spells at all myself. So, if you're at all handy with a blade, maybe making sure that none of them slip past. When the rock gets damaged, as it gets damaged, the field gets more and more sieve-like. Opens parts of it, you know?
Ah,
I'm gonna look around and see if I can't see any of the lava zombies kind of like at the edge that she's talking about.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Yup. 16.
16? You can't see any that are like active and walking around, but as you look closer towards the edges of the magma flow, you can see again those little parts where you're like where the ground kind of heaves a little bit, just slightly.
Have any idea what's causing that? I didn't think volcanoes usually had things living in them.
But no, those were our neighbors.
Ooh.
That's
I mean,
part of the reason I wanted some extra help up here. People die, obviously, but people don't tend to die of things like disease or accidents on Velasso, if you get my meaning. Like every once in a while, a farmer will be out when the lava flow comes through and we won't hear from them again, but then they'll be fine the next week. That didn't happen this time.
Wait. So you're saying that people just go into the lava and then come out later?
Lava. One time there was a plague that spread through from Velasso down south all the way up to Tema and the monastery all the way at the top of the mountain. Some people got very sick, but again, next week, everyone was fine. That's just the way things have been in Tema for generations.
This has been going on a long time.
Yeah. In fact, one of these lads here, Billy, come over here if you wouldn't mind. A kind of a scruffy-looking teenager, very shaggy-esque, walks up and like, wow, guys.
thank you.
Yeah,
No.
So we've got a
Keep
talking
that up.
dog, you know? Maybe you'd be interested in that.
He's learning bad things at Tema. You really got to get him out of here. She says, Billy here, when he was younger, he got kicked by a horse. And I understand normally that sort of thing kills a person. However, he was fine the next day or two afterwards.
fine. So, okay, so are we talking about, like, people just get really injured and then you have, like, a good cleric living here nearby or something? Or are we talking about people actually dying and then coming back like nothing happened?
The
Is that
second
the
one.
factor in this?
The second one, I believe. Yes. It's hard. I've only ever lived in Tema. I don't know what it's like outside of this area. But apparently that's not normal, I hear from some new visitors recently.
Yeah, no, it really isn't, actually.
The only holy people we have on the mountain at all live up in the monastery.
I thought this type of thing only happened on Chews.
I'm sorry,
Where's the monastery?
It's further up the mountain. And she points upwards towards the caldera.
Are there still people there?
I don't know. We haven't. They were cut off as we were. We haven't heard from them since the lava started flowing. Their protection stone is working though. We keep seeing it.
That was the other
Which
dot
means
we
that there's
saw.
gotta- Which means that there's still somebody up there making it work, theoretically.
Yeah, it has to be activated by a person. Someone who is magically inclined.
Somebody with a butt crown, maybe?
Ow!
Oh, you've heard of the butt crown too? I thought it was just a local fairy tale.
No, everyone's heard of the butt crown. It's
Apparently.
canon.
Is-
Ugh. Yeah.
We don't usually talk about the butt crown cannon, I have to say.
We're talking about the same story, right? The crown that was made by the artificer, right?
Yes, and then shot out of a cannon.
Exactly. Perfect.
I regret all of my life choices right now.
I've got to get working on a subclass called the artificer now. Sorry.
I'm dying. I'm gonna get brought back with the ass crown.
But wait, there's more.
No, please, God, no!
And what kind of magic was used to make that butt crown?
Guys, I don't
Nice
know why we're
school of
not the
magic.
#1 live play going on right now. I have no idea why we're not more popular than we are.
We gotta
Well, I can
start.
share with your
I know exactly why.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta start
the gooch,
advertising.
we got the butt
that
crown.
We have the ass crown lore.
I mean, we've
Yeah,
only come up with the
deadly
ass
people who are
crown
blenders.
this session. There's no reason to believe it won't lead us to become #1.
That's
You
true.
just have
Watch
to, you have to have patience.
I'm
Watch
catching
this
on Days
episode
Till
hit,
Hour
like-
animated series.
100k views. Easy, no problem.
This is our companion cute
Yeah.
people.
Ugh.
Well, okay. But that was the other thing I wanted to talk about. I mean, aside from the usual properties of the mountain not acting proper, this mountain's never acted like this before. It's different now. I don't know what's going to happen, but there's like
Well,
a
it's
pressure
exploding.
building up. Exactly. It doesn't typically do this. You have to understand, Velasso sits at the very center of the Sword Coast. If it actually blows, we're talking fallout for miles. There's not many stories of mountains like this exploding, but there is. Only because the Sword Coast hasn't had much activity aside from Velasso in the last, I don't know, 1,000 years?
I mean, just because it doesn't happen a lot doesn't mean that it's never going to.
Well, the last story I remember about this was that a long, long time ago, there used to be a mountain that did explode. It's not there anymore. It's Waterdeep Harbor now.
That is typically what happens to things which explode.
Right. But Velasso's a giant of a mountain. I don't know what exactly is causing it, but it can't be normal. You know what I mean? When I commune with the ground around here, it doesn't tell me it wants to explode. It tells me that it's crying out in pain.
Well, okay. That you don't think that might have. Why is it in pain?
It's like something is pushing on it harder than it should be. When a volcano wants to explode normally, when it's regular, when Velasso makes its regular movements, I don't know, it feels like, I don't know. You know when you have to belch, right? And it feels a little like pressure, and then all of a sudden, relief, right? That's not like this. This feels like someone's sitting on your chest.
You have to poop.
Well, that's also an apt analogy. Thank you, tall stranger. It's a good push, you know? Right, you feel good afterwards. This isn't that. It's like a person is sitting on your chest and pounding on you over and over again. Something is wrong. Something is acting on this mountain.
Okay, well, does the ground have any idea what it is?
The ground, I love it. I love it to death. But it's not the brightest piece of pebble, you know what I mean?
Sure. Just, I don't know how we're supposed to help if we don't know what's causing it.
Do you have a general idea of where the sensation is coming from?
From the heart of the mountain, the caldera.
And that's... We probably can't go there.
There
It's probably,
is...
like, super hot.
Well, it is very hot. There is a way to walk there right now, because the spur of the mountain that takes you up to the monastery is higher than other parts of the mountain on purpose. We built it that way a very long time ago, apparently, to make sure that the monastery had clear access all the way down. Which makes it all the more interesting that we haven't really heard from the monastery since. Unless, of course, they're stuck there trying to keep their stone working. Possibility.
So
All
we're gonna
right.
have to
You're
go
right.
further up the mountain.
I could... If you have some magic users in your party, I could craft you some amulets that might stave off the worst of the heat. You'd have to watch it for the night, though. Because I need my strength to make it.
I can take care of it. Probably, maybe. I'll give it a shot.
I mean, you can do this
Not
as a team effort.
The best caster ever, but...
Usually, there's more than just me up here. I'm not the only Demite on this side of the mountain. Well, I am now.
Well, okay, what do we want to do exactly? So we're talking about waiting until the next morning to try... We can't travel, it's gotten too late. Is that what you're, like...
Oh, absolutely.
Yep. Like, what time of day is it about?
It's looking like you're getting on to evening, so probably somewhere past 5, 6 o'clock.
Okay.
In fact, hold on. I can do this. There we are.
Ooh, darkness.
There we are.
We're gonna have to... So, you said that the lava zombies, they mostly are active in the evenings? At night?
Right.
So, theoretically, if we waited until morning, there would be fewer of them to worry about.
Right. I mean, also, if you manage to destroy a fair few of them now, it'll take them a while to reform.
True. How many of them have you seen recently? Like, can you give an estimate as to the head count?
Last night's attack was a little less because of the volcano erupting. But the time before that, maybe about 40 or so. We've lost a lot of people up here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna turn back to the rest of the group and just be like, I mean, I know I've been kind of taking point, but I mean, I open to other ideas.
I'm capable of hitting the zombies with a sword. Magic, though, not my strong suit.
Me too. I don't think I have any magic.
I can do a fair few magical things, I suppose. And by a fair few, I mean just shoot claws everywhere at will. So I'd be willing to help.
I mean, honestly, I'd probably be more helpful taking out zombies, but if I'm one of the few with magic, I'm wondering if I should stay over here.
For your, just so you folks can strategize here, the Demete tells you exactly how it works, and essentially what it's going to be is every round, if you put a spell slot into this, whatever level of spell slot, it will activate the shield and keep the zombies out of certain areas depending on where the holes in the shield go.
I mean, I could give it a shot. It's possible I have some latent magical ability I'm not familiar with.
Worth a shot.
I'm usually quite good at things, so wouldn't surprise me to be good at this.
Yeah, sure, legendary hero. Knock yourself out.
Just trying to see how many
Raskirther
spells left I have. I
smashes
think I
her
only have,
face into the rock.
2.
Let us hope I don't.
Okay. So you folks have a rough plan.
So my thing is, I only have like 2 spell slots total. I am a fighter technically. I just have a little bit of magic on the side.
I have 3 first-level spell slots remaining.
Right.
2 second. Well,
Yeah,
thing
you don't.
is,
Yeah,
I don't actually-
warlocks have the max amount of spell slots they always can have, right? They're always at the highest level they
right.
can
So
use. Yeah,
I was gonna say it looks like I only have 2 that are level 2.
correct. Yeah.
So like, I don't know if that's accurate or if I'm looking at the wrong page, but
No, that seems about right for a level 3 warlock.
okie dokie.
And then Zoe,
As
you've
long
got
as
a
that's
bunch,
the
I
thing.
imagine. In fact, I can look for you, actually. Ooh. The spells. Zoe has 3 first level spell slots. Yeah. So yeah. You folks can do that, or you can take breaks and allow the zombies through and just chop them into pieces. It is up to you. But with that ready and the sun starting to set, you all start to see the heaving points of the magma start pushing upwards as humanoid forms start hauling themselves out of these holes of liquid magma. And right there,
Ugh.
we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to do initiative, and we are going to start the Great Zombie Siege. So don't go anywhere, folks. We will be
Doesn't seem
right
that
back.
great.
It'll be great, I swear. And we will meet you all back here in just about 10 minutes. Be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We're back from our break, and we hope you had a good one as well. We are just about to roll initiative on the map because the party is about to fight some zombies. Okay, everybody.
Zombies.
Let me, first of all, I'm gonna put the first wave of zombies out. Where is my zombies? Zombies? Hero Forge models?
When you say zombies, it's like zombie Bambi.
It's like Zambonis.
I thought these were humanoid
No,
zombies.
that would be Bambi's
That's
mom.
what I was picturing.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's for true.
Watch what I can do. I'm gonna have to turn up the exposure a little
Stuart,
bit.
don't you go and bringing those people back to life. They were resting. Their spirits were beyond the whatever the heck, the plane.
The veil.
The
The
veil.
veil. Thank you.
Okay, turn-based mode. Let me get all the characters involved here. Oh, that's right. Fint is gonna be.
Let's go.
Okay, I will be.
Jay, would it be possible to have the map lit up again? I do like the ambiance, but I also like to be able to see what's going on if we're going to be fighting. Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Where did Tim go? There's Tim. Maldris, Vernon, Emery, Ransdorf, there's Sparks. Okay, good. And where's Fint? There's Fint. The human soldier. And I will add in one of these zombies to mark the zombies, because they're all going to act roughly on the same turn, because I do that. And I'm going to make sure. Let's get the sky back up. Oh my god. This is just for this. You guys shoot a flare into the air. There you go. Lower the exposure a little bit just so you guys can all see it. Plug word. There you go. Okay, so if everyone rolled their initiative, who got 25 to 20? Nobody. 20 to 15.
Oh no. 15.
15? I regret to inform you all that the zombies go first. So Tim, you and Sparks go on the same turn, if I recall.
Yes.
Yeah. 15 to 10.
14.
12.
Oh, actually, you know what? Fint goes before Tim. I didn't roll for him. There we are. All right, 10 to 5. 5 to 1.
4.
Got a 3.
Oh,
Oh, oofa doofa.
I'm not last
Okay.
this time.
And I don't know if this
Pardon me.
affects anything, but I also got a nat 1 on my roll.
Wow, that's
Oof.
you're very. You know what? You're probably trying to figure out this stone thing. You know. Okay, so because you were all at the stone first, I know that the Flowborn are going to get their turn first, but I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to turn on the stone this round if you would like to.
so
One
the
of you has
stone.
to-
What would the stone do? Just keep more of them from coming through?
It would stop the current wave.
And that would work for how long?
One turn.
One
turn.
What, like one round?
Like one whole round.
Okay.
Yeah. They would have to either go around or attempt to attack the shield, which is bad for them.
Okay.
How many of them are there? 4? 5?
Currently there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, if there was others in places I'm not seeing.
A lot of zombies.
Well, that reminds me, I can change the music because now we're in battle.
Dun 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 dun. Why did it become the Mission Impossible theme? I don't know.
Okay, our druid friend has spell slots, right?
Yeah, she can absolutely. So basically, you just have to decide whose spell slot you're using for this turn if you want to use it for this turn.
I have 3 spell slots, and I also have sparks. And so my idea is that Tim can stay behind and do spells into the stone, and Sparks can be on the front lines and chomp.
Question for the DM about the way the shield works. Would we still be able to pass through it even if it's up, or once it's up, nothing gets through in or
The
out?
shield more or less mechanically acts like a turn undead spell.
Okay. And turn lava spell.
Yeah.
Okay. Because what I'm thinking is, like, we could have the shield up and still just, like, run out there, whack them, and then come back in. Is what I'm kind of hearing? Is
That's
that a
true.
feasible...
You can absolutely work inside and out of the shield, no problem. Doesn't affect you, you're not undead.
Okay. I feel like I'm going to be more useful, actually, on the fighting side of it. Most of my spells are fire-based, and would not be too useful in a fight. But I do have Thunder Wave, which might be helpful if things happen.
Okay. So, Tim, you're using up a spell slot for this round, yes?
Yep.
Okay. You use it, go ahead and mark off a spell slot. The shield activates, and essentially, it activates along this front line without any holes whatsoever. But there are some holes that are starting to appear further past that line, if you folks can all see that.
Okay.
And for the zombies' turn, here, I'm going to see if I can lock this down. There we are. For the zombies' turn, they are going to operate by going closer to it and attacking it. And as they attack it, you can see them start to, like, wither and basically lose a bunch of health points.
Oh, then we don't need to do nothing.
And that's their round. They basically take a whole bunch of damage each. Specifically, 5 damage each at the moment. That was him. Bonk. 5. 5. 5. You didn't attack, you didn't attack, you had to move too far to attack. Okay. It's Finn's turn. Finn yells out that he's going to stay near the civilians. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he's just getting between the civilians and the zombies, just in case. And he is readying an action in case they get close. Tim, it's your turn. You've used up a spell slot on the stone. We're going to place you near the stone because we'll say that's it. That doesn't mean you can't still do stuff. Like if you have a ranged weapon, you can shoot at them or anything like that, or you could command sparks, etc., etc. You're not using your action to provide the magic to the stone.
So, yes, I am going to. I'm going to use my bonus action to tell Sparks to run up to the line and growl real scary. He can't actually, like, there's not like a scare action that he can do or anything, but he's just gonna look real scary. His speed is, I don't know, 40 feet. 40 feet is his speed.
Do you want him to dash up? Because he can get another 40.
Where is he currently?
Currently, he used his first 40 to get to the fence line.
Oh, the fence. Okay. Then... yes, I want him to basically get as close to them as he can without crossing over.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. He can go right here at 35. He can actually attack that thing if he wants to. Oh, wait, no, he dashed. Never mind. It's my bad.
Yeah. And I wouldn't want him to attack it because I remember what happened last time where physical attacks made him goosh, as they say. And so Tim... No, Tim is not going to use her action to attack anything. Because she doesn't want to. She wants to stay near this stone and shout commands at her Good boy. So
All
I think that's it.
That makes it Emery's turn.
Okay. Just look inside the mental state real fast. The last time we fought these things, Emery almost tried to kill her friends, and that was bad. And so she's not a fan of that potentially happening again. But she also doesn't want zombies to eat people, because that would be bad. And she knows that if the thing does happen again, she could probably take out all the zombies in one go if she wanted to. So I think she is probably, I mean, we're well more than 30 feet away, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just use free action if I can to like just tell the group, it's like, y'all might want to stay back in case whatever the fuck that was happens again. I got this. And then I'm just gonna dash as far as I can towards the border.
I believe that's
towards the
60 feet. So if you want to measure that out.
Yeah, so I'm gonna or
hit. It should be the second one, yeah.
oh wait, that's not me. Dang it, and I gotta reset it.
So it should just be M on your keyboard and then 2. There you go. 60 feet gets you pretty close out there. Right about there, yep.
Yep.
Nice, perfect.
Just jumping over shit.
Everybody
Weaving,
dashes
ducking
up.
my way through, just like, yeah, just running up to him. Time to kick ass!
Bounders.
My movement is only 30 feet, so I'm gonna get as close as to them as I can to get them in my range, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to attack anybody this round.
I don't believe so. You could decide to dash instead. You get basically right behind Emery because you two were close together when she dashed.
Okay. Yeah. Where am I?
They're right next to Vernon right now.
Can I get here?
Yep.
Ish. Maybe a little bit further back so I can have some cover.
Yeah, that seems like you'd be fine with.
Okay. I want to turn the other way. There we go.
There you go.
I want to be facing the zombies, not away from them. Wait, how far are they away from me right now? What's that button again?
It's M for measurement, and then the second one is the regular line tool. It should default to that. I don't know why it defaults to their area of effect one, but
always defaults to orb.
Orby. The orb. There. There you go.
Oh,
So
they are
they're
kind
about 40
of.
feet. Yeah, but you
My
dashed.
range is 60 with the dagger, right? Oh, I did dash though. I
Although
can't do
you
anything.
I think
right?
if I recall, you can bonus action dash because you're a rogue. If I recall. Cutting action. Yep, you can dash as a bonus action, so you actually still have your action.
Okay, I will.
Because it would be at a disadvantage to throw your dagger at them.
Why would it be disadvantaged?
Because you're at the extreme distance for your dagger throw. The correct distance is 20.
Isn't my dagger throw 60?
It goes 60 feet
is
at
the
its
max range.
Yes, as soon as
Okay.
it goes past 20 feet, you're
Well-
officially at disadvantage range.
Still worth a shot.
Yeah,
Probably.
might as well.
I mean, yeah.
Um,
Time for that cool rogue shit.
now that you say it, it's not gonna happen.
I mean,
You can say that he's jinxed it.
Yeah. It's 11
Good job.
plus 6.
Thank you.
So I got a 17 to hit.
17?
But
Oh,
that's my
disadvantage, that's pretty
first-
good. Oh, okay.
No, that's my first roll.
Gotcha. Gotta roll again and take
No,
the
the
lowest.
other one's a natural one.
Oof! Jinxed it.
Ooh.
I told you.
Wait, maybe you have an 18-point
No.
modifier.
Maybe you got a better modifier. Close. No, I don't want that. Go away. I want this. Okay, so that would be your turn then. Your knife goes flying off and then shoop, comes back to your hand after you miss.
Spectacularly.
Yep. And now it is Rathgurther's turn. It's up to you, Rathgurther, whatever you want to do.
So my spell isn't my spell slot. I don't need to do anything.
Currently, Tim seems to have it
Okay.
for at least 3 turns.
Then is there a way? Hold on. I'm also not doing so great health-wise. I just realized.
Yeah, you guys didn't have much of a chance to rest after the bandit attacks. So,
Luckily, we're somewhere where you can't die. So
Well, we don't know if that applies to everybody.
I don't think that I should have any spell slots then.
oh,
I think D&D Beyond may have reset my spell slots because I used all 3 of my spell slots during that bandit fight.
I see. Maybe Rathgurther will be needed for their spell slots.
all right, I can use the spell slot.
So yeah, I will refill those in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, thank
So
you for-
Rathgurther sees Timtam kind of faltering, and like steps forth to like offer her magical energies.
Okay.
She's saving the poor
Yeah.
little Tim.
Yeah.
Rathgurther, you I'll move you next to the stone. This is the first time you've really used your magic.
No, it isn't.
Oh, it's not, eh?
No, not even close.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
Vicious
No, you keep
mockery all
using
the
vicious
time.
mockery and stuff. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was being facetious when she said, "Oh, maybe I have some sort of latent magical ability because I'm just good at everything."
Right. You are correct. Okay. Never mind then. I was going to ask you how it felt physically channeling your magic, but
Yeah.
okay. I guess that means, well, actually, you still have, technically, you have your turn, still. All you did was you used a spell slot on the stone. That doesn't take an action in this particular mechanic.
Well, I probably shouldn't. Probably wouldn't be wise to move away from the stone then. Hey.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
Tim, how's your health looking?
My health is fine. I wasn't touched during the last battle. I just used all my magic. So I'm
Okay.
good. I'm fine.
All right. I guess I have a turn to burn, so I guess I'll just ready in action.
Watch that.
If any of the lava zombies, if one of them somehow gets within 5 feet, I don't know how that would happen. Then I'm gonna thunderclap. Thunderclap a bitch.
Gotcha. Beautiful. Okay. Vernon.
Thunderclap those cheeks.
Thunderclap those cheeks right off that
From the
crown.
ass crown?
Yeah.
Okay, so Vernon being where he is right now, let's see, he's only got what, like 30 feet of movement, I believe. Something to that
Yeah.
effect.
Again, you could end
Yes.
up close to where Maldrus is if you really dashed out there, but that would be your whole action.
Yeah. Whereas I could also just use, just spam the Eldritch Blast, and that goes 120 feet. And I believe that if I move up to the stone, then I could probably pull that off.
Yeah, you could. You could see a couple of dudes from there.
Yeah, just try to like lob it like a basketball. Hope
Finger
that it
guns.
doesn't hit. Yeah.
Go
let's
ahead and
see,
move your
so
character up to 30.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4. And I believe I've got line of sight here, right? Like on these two at least.
Yeah,
on
you've
Sparks
at least got line of sight on one.
Okay. So he's going to do the old Kamehameha and take out his like big old crab claw.
Shoot
just
the big crab.
Launch it. Yeah, just shoot the big old crab claw right on over there. Let's see what happens. I got a 25.
That absolutely hits.
Woohoo!
Wreck shop.
And then Kobe. Oh, and I got 10 damage too.
Oh shit! Nice. 10 damage. Huh? Okay. And I believe, let's see here. Oh no, you hit it with magical damage. That's right. Okay, yeah, that doesn't. Normally they would break apart, but you're hitting it with magic and not slashing or bludgeoning damage. So it remains intact. You just hit him with a force shot.
Okay.
Anything else you got to do?
Just knock it over. So I'm also wondering whether or not, like, so we know that these, like, the people that live here come back to life, like, all the time, and this is, like, different somehow. But, like, has anybody seen them, like, stay alive long enough that, like, they might revert from their zombie form? Or
you don't get that.
Kill them out,
Yeah, you get the impression that that's not the case. Most people go, a zombie, and kill it. So,
okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't doing the morally bankrupt thing here and just murdering people for the fun of it before they get the chance to come back to life.
that's your turn.
I think
Then?
otherwise,
You explicitly
Yep.
said the ones that we saw again were in worse shape than they were before, implying that, if
Correct.
anything, they were degenerate.
Good point. And then I will also offer to Rathgirther that I will take over in case she decides that she wants to run up and join the fray.
Very much, yes.
All right. The next turn begins with the Flowborn's turn, and once again, Vernon, if you'd like, you can now spend a spell slot to keep the shield up if you want, or you can let it drop.
There's still too many of them there for me to really like letting it drop. And we still haven't really gotten all of our forces in place, so yes, I will expend a spell slot to keep it in place for now.
Nice. Okay, so on this turn, the shield forms a much better circle, and it actually pushes some of the zombies back and destroys a whole bunch of them.
Do we get the sense that this is because it's a second level spell slot?
I was wondering that as well. Thank you for
You're
asking.
not entirely sure
Okay.
if that's the case. However, it could be. So on the Zambi's turn, several more begin climbing their way out of the lava.
Great. Love that for us.
Don't like that.
But they take their turn clawing out of it, so can't do much, just 3 more. These ones attempt to strike out again and lose another. You only had 5 damage to begin with. You had no damage. You're going to come here and you're going to claw at it and take 5 damage. Did you have any damage on you? You did not. These ones are going to kind of start moseying this way to try and get around the barrier.
Shield.
Yeah. And that's pretty much all they can do. Once again, Fint is going to basically stay steadfast, but he's going to pull out a short bow and he's going to take a shot at one of these guys here. Come on, Finty. That would be a hit. He does. Oh, max damage!
Go!
13. Bam. Twang. All right, Tim.
Yeah, I am going to... let me measure real quick. That's 65 feet, right? Yes.
Nope.
So what I'm gonna do is have Sparks move up just a teens. Well,
Gotcha.
no, that's actual lava. I don't want him on the lava because that will burn his little toesies. And so what I'm gonna do instead, is have him go around the side to where these guys are. Not all the way over, just
sheepdog mode. Yep.
yeah. And I am going to shoot my crossbow at the guy over here on the left. This
Gotcha.
guy,
Yep.
because that's I have plenty of distance. With my crossbow, I'm gonna crouch and load it up and twang.
From where you're standing, he's going to get at least a little bit of an AC bump because you're shooting through a fence and stuff.
Can I go up to the fence?
Yeah, if you use your movement to go up to the fence, then it becomes your cover, not their cover.
I became Sparks. Let me be
Oh,
Tim.
no.
1,
I am
2,
become sparked.
3. What is my speed? My speed is 25. 4, 5. I'm in that man.
You're in Fint. That's fine. Your small characters can actually occupy the same space as allies who are larger.
So yeah, I'm like huddled between his legs
Yeah, he's like
with my little crossbow,
taking shots, and then you appear underneath his legs and just yeah.
So that's an 8.
That's an 8. No, I'm so sorry. You shoot off your crossbow and plunk, it doesn't do anything. It just goes off the direction.
Can I have Sparks hold an action
Sure.
where, if he sees one of the zombies like start to break through, or if the, I guess I have to pick one. If the shield goes down and is not immediately put back up, I would like him to use his action to attack the closest zombie to him if it is within melee range.
Gotcha. Excellent.
Okay. And that's my turn.
Emery.
Yup.
It's probably slice and dice time.
Oh yeah. So to be clear, the kind of black ground here, is that like active lava that will hurt me if I run on top of it?
You're not certain.
Can I poke it with my foot?
If you walk up and poke the nearest to your foot, you feel that you can, if you probably stood on it for more than a turn, you might start to sink below it.
Oh, that's no good.
But right now, it's certainly not harming you.
Yeah, I was about here. Because, like, there's other dudes out there that I would love to hit, but I don't really want to sink into lava.
Some of the ground looks more solid than others, but you really can't tell just by looking at a thing, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I could, like, whack this one.
Yeah, you can. You can. You absolutely can. Yep.
Okay. Then I'm gonna whoop, 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 over to this guy, be like, sup, fuck, and I'm gonna take a swing at him.
Go for it.
Roll 2 hits with sword.
With a sword?
It's a sword. Oh, no, it's a 10.
A 10. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that absolutely misses.
Ah,
You do have your bonus action.
I do. I'm gonna whack him again. With my... That did same fucking... Oh, it's another 10. Fuck these digital dice. First time I've used them all session.
You're a little nervous, right?
Yeah, let's go with that. Just like last time we fought these things, shit broke bad real fast, and like none of my friends are immediately close to me, but it's still very worrying because it also I stabbed my friends, but it also fucked me up pretty bad.
It did.
Well, and also the ground is uneven beneath your feet, so.
That too.
Right. And the sun is in your eyes.
Yeah,
At night?
At night.
that's a little drafty.
And it's still not. I'm still processing 9/11.
That's right. Everyone is. Everything changed. Everything changed on 9/11.
Never
The Fire
forget.
Nation attacked?
The Fire Nation attacked. No.
No,
Numbers.
Volcano Nation.
It's Al Qaeda.
Okay,
Exactly,
I'm
yeah.
going to move. I'm just gonna. I can move 30 feet, right?
can
It's
indeed.
approximately. So
Go for it.
here.
You got plenty of
now-
targets.
How close are you to me? Oh.
That's 20 feet. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw my dagger at this guy and hopefully don't miss horribly. This one I
Go
just
for it.
get a regular shot at, right? It's not disadvantage?
That's correct. If you want to, I think
doesn't matter.
You can give yourself advantage,
What?
I believe. Yeah, steady aim.
For
If you
how?
use your bonus action, you can give yourself advantage.
Okay, I'll do that because I just rolled a 5 and it's
Okay,
not
so
cool.
Roll one more dice, and if it's better, it's
Oh
better.
no. It's a 7, but let me
Yeah, how much in
just
total,
go
though?
to my +6.
That
Math.
is
13?
That is exactly what you needed to get over top of the AC on this guy. And because you gave yourself advantage, you get to roll sneak attack in addition to your regular damage.
Okay.
So it should be...
What was my sneak attack damage?
Right now your sneak attack should be 2d6. Yeah, in addition to the 1d4 plus 4.
Okay, so let's roll my d4. It is a 4.
Woohoo.
So that's 8 so far, and then my sneak attack damage is 2.
So 4 plus
So-
2, that's it?
No. 4 plus 4. 1d4
Okay.
plus 4. So I rolled 8, and then plus 2. So it's
Gotcha.
10?
10? 10
damage. Unless my math is horribly wrong on that.
No, you're pretty good there. 23, but you hit him with that's piercing, so it's fine. Yep, and you're way too far away to get caught by the lava that spurts out of this guy as he gets hit. And your knife returns to your hand a little hotter than before, but not uncomfortably so.
Oof. Okay.
That would be your turn. Breath River.
Yeah.
You are now free from your need to stand at the
Thingy.
thingy. Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna hoof it, I think. Gonna do one of my classic dashes.
The classic
you
dash.
know how Rathgirther be dashing.
She's known for it.
Yeah.
How do I change the view on this program again?
It's mostly using your middle mouse to zoom in and out,
Alt-
and then
Alt would be
holding middle
answer.
mouse button to move around. Yeah.
So I don't appear to be able to move.
If you
That's
hold
strange.
right click and kind of, you can use it to pan around the map.
Yeah. I see. I'm using the arrow keys. I'm using the. I can't even drag
you may
myself.
have to click on your actual model first.
Ah.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, how many is 60?
60 divided by 5 is 12.
12.
12. She'll stand in the hot shit. She don't care.
That's right.
She is hot shit.
That's right.
Hello.
Hey.
Hot shit from the butt crown.
We don't have the butt crown yet.
One day. Got a quest for that butt crown.
Please don't tell me that's an actual item.
Listen,
It is
I am
now.
the king
It will
of
be.
making
Yeah,
jokes into things. Good stuff. So that was your whole turn, I believe, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Vernon, it is your turn, and I assume you will be. Well, we'll check it again as soon as the Flowborn's turn thing happens. But you can go ahead and shoot it again if you'd like.
Okay, so it didn't do any kind of destructive damage, if I remember correctly. But it did do damage. It weakened them significantly,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely, yeah. Just you saw the force of your beam like hit it and cave in part of its chest, but it didn't like shear off a limb or anything like that. It's not the sort of damage that your beam does.
So I'm going to move, like, I need to turn him around, but I'm going to move kind of to the front of the stone so that I can
Okay.
I have a better vantage point. I can't
Roger
turn him
that.
around, but imagine,
I gotcha.
okay, he's turned around.
I gotcha.
Um,
Don't you worry.
I'm going to fire at this guy right in front of Rathgirth. Wait, hold on
Wow.
a sec.
Yep.
Let me see if I can get this guy over here.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
He's also
so I'm going to fire
he's
at the
gonna
one
get
in
a
the
little
back.
bit of AC for that as well, but like not much you can do if you want to stay near the stone.
Yeah, absolutely. And would I have to spend my spell slot right now?
Well, the next turn, so you might as well spend it now if you want to.
Absolutely. Okay. Simply because, again, want to get everybody in strategically placed things there. Oh shit! I did. Okay, there we go. All right. I'm going to roll that then, and we got a 14, but you said disadvantage, right?
No, not disadvantage. It just gets a little bit of a bump to its AC because you're hiding behind something. But 14 meets their armor class once they have that, which means meets beats, which means you hit them.
All right, cool. So I lob another crab-shaped grenade in a perfect arc, and it bonks them in the head before exploding, and it will do, let me see here, 3 damage.
3 damage. That is
3 damage.
Listen, everything helps. This one's starting to look very, very terrible. Just bits of it sloughing off all over the place. Exactly. All right, the Flowborn's turn. All right, everyone loves a slough. So you pump in your spell slot into the stone, and the stone sputters and shakes, and cracks start to form along the front of it. I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Vernon.
Dexterity saving throw. Can't get to the thing. Nope, that's not right. Dexterity saving throw. I got a 12.
A 12? Good. Okay. Yeah, you dodge
12.
out of the way just in time to avoid getting shocked by the magical discharge from this thing. And on this turn, the shield sputters and fails. You're wide open. The Flowborn move in. This one will be attacking Rathgirther. This one's going to move in to attack Rathgirther. Sparks is going to get an opportunity in a moment.
Rathgirther's going to have some words with Vernon.
Vernon's like, no problem, I got it.
This doesn't happen to me all the time, I swear.
I'm sorry, guys, I swear. And then these two are going to immediately double back, seeing that their field problems are at an end, and they're moving towards the good boy.
The good boy.
Held action as soon as they're within melee.
Absolutely, yeah. You get to choose because there's a dearth of targets for the good boy. So before they get to attack, you get to choose the one attacking that Emery tried to attack, or one of the two that decided to move in.
Probably the one. I would say the one, yeah, like right in front, not in front of him the way that he's facing, but the one that is, yeah, that one. Okay.
One. Gotcha.
All right, roll this d20.
Go for it.
Google, please. That's a 10 plus Force Empowered Rend is a 10 plus spell attack modifier, which is 4, so that's 14.
That absolutely hits.
Yes. Okay, so that is 1d8 plus my proficiency bonus. Let's roll a d8. That's a 6 plus 2, 8 points of chomp damage.
8 points of chomp damage. Can you do me a favor and get a dexterity saving throw for the good boy?
No. Dex is plus, or 1 plus PB, so that's plus 3. So that's 8.
The good boy takes 2 damage as he bites into this creature with his force-empowered rend, and a bunch of hot, steaming fluids hit all over him and start to like seep into his mechanisms and stuff.
He yelps, and it sounds absolutely heart-wrenching.
Absolutely. I can't replicate it otherwise I would. Yeah.
Now know that the robot feels pain.
Okay, now it's the Flowborn's turn to attack. We're going to start on this side with Sparks and work our way towards Wrathgirther. All right, Flowborn, what is your attack, my friends? Oh, it's going to, the two next to Sparks are both going to attempt to hit it with just their claws. They're going to raise up and start smashing at it with their limbs. They have
They
two
just want
attacks
to pet
each.
him.
Yeah, exactly. They want to pet the doggo. What is his AC? Do you know?
15.
15. That is one hit, and then that is 2 more hits. So he gets hit 3 times. Sparks takes a grand total of 12 regular damage, and he takes a further 9 fire damage.
Nope, he's down.
Oh no!
The good guy gets clobbered.
Well, let's see. Does he have? No, he's immune to poison. Nothing else. That's
Remember
Yeah.
when we said that 13 was unlucky and someone was going to die?
Oh no!
I can rebuild him.
Yeah.
We can rebuild.
Oh god.
Emery,
oh, god.
same thing's about to happen to
Yup.
you. 4 attacks.
Oh, good.
What is your AC, my friend?
AC 15.
Okay, the first one misses completely, and the second one hits you with both his attacks. You are going to take a grand total of 8 regular damage and 6 fire damage halved because you have a
Used
resistance
to
to
3.
it. Yeah,
That's 11.
it's 11 in total. below
That's
half
half
health?
my health.
I need you to
I
make
am
a
at 12
Constitution
out of
saving
okay.
throw.
I am at a 12 out of 23. So I think
Oh,
I am
okay.
technically still above half.
Yeah, you're technically still above
Can
half.
I-
You're good.
Can
Yeah.
I willingly enter the state?
Do you want to attempt that?
Kinda. There's nobody around for me to hit except zombies.
Okay. Give me a. You know
Because I
what?
mean, psychologically,
Yeah.
Emery
Yeah.
just like ran out into this thing and was feeling good, and then the barrier went down, and Sparks is down, and there's no one else around, and she's just
Right.
like, "We are
Why
fucked."
don't you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Okay, wisdom.
And you
The
will be
5.
rewarded for low rolls. That's a 5. Look at that, baby. Okay. So Emery attempts to trigger this thing that she doesn't. You don't know what this thing does.
I
all
just
you've
know
ever-
that the last time we did it, it fucked me up real bad, but
Right.
it did kind of save our asses.
Exactly. So you reach inside and you try to get in the headspace you needed for this, to see if headspace was a thing you could do. And once again, you're flooded with this absolute deep rage, a rage that you, up until the 2, didn't remember that you had felt before. And this time it's accompanied by a sort of memory. Once again, you're seeing yourself as you are now, a red-skinned tiefling woman, floating in the ethereal, reaching out towards this sort of drapey, glowing, cloth-like object with this sort of grin on her face, like she's won the jackpot. And then you just get angry and the memory is flooded out, and the singularity that sits in your chest, this core of rage, activates. And that's what happens at the end of those 2 zombies' turns. The last 2 zombies are also going to finish their turn now, but you have successfully activated the Black Heart.
Let's go, get
Wrathgirther, you are in some trouble of your own. 4 attacks for you as well. What's your AC, my friend?
13.
13. That first one misses. The second one hits only once. You're going to take 4 slashing damage and 3 fire damage. How's Wrathgirther doing?
I'm at what we call in the biz 2 health points.
Oof. Oofa doofa. All right, that's the entirety of the Flowborn's turn. Oh wait, there's this little guy. I don't think he can actually get to you guys. So, can he get? No, he's way out of effective range. He is going to move up 30 though, and he's just gonna be annoying for a minute. Finch sees all this go on and goes, "What the fuck?" And then he's just going to shoot at one of the zombies near you, Emery.
Okay.
11. I think he hits. Yes, he does hit. And he is going to do, who rolled minimum damage, he's going to do 4 damage to this zombie right here. Okay. Tim. Things are, as they say in the biz, popping off.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Is Sparks dead?
Normally, when a construct falls in combat, it is destroyed and you have to rebuild him. But you, Timtam, can feel that there is still... This isn't just a normal construct. Sparks is alive.
So I could run up and cast Mending on him, which is what I'm... Can I make it to him? I don't know that I can make it to him.
I don't think you can. What's your movement?
25. Does anybody have Mending? Does anyone else have Mending?
You could sprint up to Sparks.
But then I can't cast Mending, and I'm just gonna get clobbered. I mean, fuck it, I'm doing it. I'm running up to him. You could
also stay next to Maldris if you want, with your 25 movement.
No. I am running to my dog.
Gotcha. Your dog went down, and there you go.
I'm gonna... Oh gosh, no, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna, like, wrap myself around his body and protect him from any further...
Arf. Absolutely.
Okay, and that's it.
Right. Emery.
Splendor!
Emery.
I'm just gonna start mowing him down.
I'm gonna need you to make a wisdom saving throw. If you succeed, you will not strike out at Tim.
Wisdom is my worst score, but I'm using good dice today. Come on, Emery dice, let's go. 10.
A 10 is riding the line, but I'll accept it.
Okay.
It's a straight 50-50 roll, incidentally. That's what I usually go with for these sorts of situations.
She's behind me. She's behind me. It's fine. I am just gonna closest one to me and work my way out. First attack. It's a 23.
That hits.
Yup. And that is 7 damage for the first one.
7 damage. Okay.
Yes. And then how's he looking?
Let's see here. He's looking healthy enough. 7 plus 5 is 12.
Second attack, I'm gonna say probably didn't hit because it's a 6.
No, afraid not.
Okay, well, since I'm hasted, number 3.
Go for it.
That is a dirty 20.
That hits.
Damage of 6 damage. How's he looking now?
6 damage. He's looking rougher. Not quite dead yet, though.
God, fuck, these things are tanky. Okay, attack number 4. Ugh, that's an 11.
Nope.
That's Blender. Action surge. 4 more.
Yep, go for it.
God, 8 to hit. That didn't do it.
Nope.
22.
That hits.
And then that is max damage 8.
Max damage 8. Gotcha. That is. He's looking real bad.
God, fuck, these things are beefier than the last ones. Okay, I lost track of how many attacks I had done. I think that was 6.
That was 6. You have 3 more left.
Okay. 10 to hit.
10 does not hit.
Okay, fuck these digital dice. 19.
That hits.
Okay, and then 7 damage.
7 damage. He collapses in a pile of goo.
Next one.
It's your last attack.
Yeah. It's 17.
17 hits.
5 damage.
Gotcha. Okay. I need you to make... I'm only going to make you make 1 dexterity saving throw for the whole lot here.
Okay. Dex save, dex save. Give me a good dex
Unless
save.
you wanna keep
19
making
with
them.
no modifiers. It's a dirty 20.
Okay. I'm going to say you dodge out of, like, the splatter of... Like, the immense splatter that comes from literally annihilating one of these zombies. And you have done enough that I get to see what kind of thing you did to the zombie. You have hacked one of the legs off of the zombie in front of you. And it is now its own creature.
What?
I'll figure that out in a second here. I will make, you know what, I'll make a little zombie. That's what I'll do. Watch this, everybody, as I take a zombie and make it cute. There you go. Little zombie. That's its leg.
Oh, he's
You've
small.
hacked it off. You have hacked it off, and now it is a little leg. Okay.
Gonna do kick
I
me?
believe that is entirely your turn.
Yep.
All right. Maldris.
How many zombies are still around Tim and Emery? Like
Lots.
alive?
Lots.
There's
1, 2,
4 at
3,
least?
4, and the leg.
4.5.
I'm sorry, definitionally none.
That's
True,
right.
true. I said alive. I meant undead. Okay. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I just hit a button and things disappeared. No, I want this one. Oh, that's bizarre. Okay, I'm gonna move a little bit closer.
Gotcha.
Maybe here. And I'm gonna chuck a dagger. Yeah, thank you. The one that's directly facing Emery.
The big one or the little one?
The big one? I don't think I'm too concerned about the little one just yet. Okay. And I should be in range.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely in range.
That is a...
Once again, you can give yourself advantage if you use your bonus action for that.
I don't think I need to because I just rolled and
Sure.
give me a second.
You should anyway because it gives you access to your sneak attack.
She's getting sneak attack anyway because the enemy is engaged.
Then never mind.
Oh my gosh, that's
it
so
is
exciting. When is the
a-
wedding?
It is an 18 to hit.
That hits, absolutely.
Okay. And so you said I do get my sneak attack?
You do, yeah.
Okay, so that is a 4. So
Mhm.
another 8 damage plus 7.
8 and 7 is 15. That is a grand total of 26. He's not looking so great. Because you didn't use your bonus action, you do have dual weapon fighting. Technically, you can make another attack, which means you can also throw your dagger again.
But just straight.
Yeah,
There's
it's
no
not
extra thing, just my 1d4.
Yeah,
Okay, this one's a 14
that also hits.
plus... Oh, well, plus 5.
Yeah,
So 19 to hit.
yeah. 14 out of 7 absolutely hits.
Okay. Let's...
Rolling good on those D4s this whole time.
You just jinxed it. Now it's a 1.
Not the one. Boo. 27.
Boo.
So 5 damage?
Oh, 5 damage in total. I forgot. That actually
yeah, because
kills
it's
him.
1d4 plus 4.
Yeah. He is the dead. His leg survives, he does not.
Yeah.
That is your whole
Survived
turn.
by his leg.
That's Girther.
Okay, I was gonna do a cool thunderclap move, but I guess I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Watch that.
For 5 health points. That ought to do it.
That ought to do it. You're at a whole 7.
How you like me now? That's it for me.
Right. All right. I guess that means it's Vernon's turn then. Vernon.
Vernon is going to turn to what was this person's name again? The druid?
Rhiannon.
All right, he's going to turn to Rhiannon, and he's going to say, "What's going on with this stone? Why is it not reacting the way that we?"
I told you
kind
it's
of expected?"
damaged. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Do you have any more magic to pour into it?
I don't. Is there any other way that we could repair it or find another way to power it?
I can use some of my magic, but it's gonna mean less protective stuff for you later.
Okay, that should give me enough time at least to get to the front and maybe help my friends.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
you go ahead and do it. Rhiannon's gonna take over the stone for at least one turn.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go up
Fixes
there,
that.
and I'm
Yep.
going to. Yeah, I'm going to try and. Let's see. I wish I had an area of attack move. I was gonna try to do a. I guess I'll do chill touch. On the zombie. This one that's directly in
That
front of
necrotic
Raptor,
damage is that going to work on them?
It's
I think
necrotic,
it
right?
does because it does. Yeah. Does that not
Yeah,
work?
you
on
guys
them
found
if
that
it
out last
zombies?
time,
'Cause it
remember?
says- Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, but you folks
okay.
found that out last time when normally zombies would have some sort of resistance to necrotic, but these ones don't for some reason.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I would have asked her about that before if I had thought about it, but instead I am just going to do the chill touch and try to conjure a big old crab claw
Gotcha.
behind that zombie to try to throw it back to the ground or something of that effect.
What's it gotta
And I
do?
rolled a dirty
Hey.
20.
That absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage, my friend.
I got a 1.
1 damage?
That's
That's it?
anticlimactic. 1 damage. Yeah.
Oh no.
That kind of sucks.
Okay, well,
I'm pretty bummed.
this really damaged one takes a little bit more
Pinches him on
damage.
the back of the kneecap.
It just taps him on the shoulder and be like, hey, how's it
Hey,
going?
cut it out.
Hey, stop that. Listen here, Bub. Lays a claw on his shoulder.
It
Okay.
acts like a little puppet, just like, hey, what do you think you're doing? Cut it
Okay.
out.
Zombie laughs, losing a hit point. At the beginning of the zombie's turn, Rhiannon focuses and pours a spell slot in. And the shield activates. It's not great, but it sputters to life. The sides are cutting in and out. And it doesn't go very far along, but everything caught directly on the line dies immediately. This one that is touched didn't have much health left, so it was going to die. And this one dies. And that is it. It is faint, and it is not doing well. But we're going to have to pause it there, because that's all for this week. For this month, I should say.
You can't leave me hanging like this.
I'm so sorry, but it's
Just have to
poor.
Tune in to the next
You know,
exciting
so-
episode.
So,
All right.
mending takes a minute to cast.
Oh yeah. Absolutely, it does. So everybody, we're gonna come back on Finn's turn. Hopefully, this whole thing saves. It should save with the right defense order in it. Or rather, we're coming back on the Floorborn's turn. I should say. I'll remember that. Right now, we are going to take a very short break, 5-ish, 10-ish minutes, something like that, and we're going to come back and answer your questions about what just happened and or previous episodes. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the couch. We are here to answer your burning questions about the most recent episode, episode 13. We just did it our whole year. It's our year anniversary, and nobody has died yet except for Sparks. We can also, of course, answer questions from any point in the story. I know some of you are just coming in and watching for the first time, and you might have some questions about what had happened previously. I know, for instance, from the comments section on our YouTube, that some people are just now going through a whole bunch of them, which is impressive. But, you know, we'll see what's up here. And, of course, we'll be taking questions directly from the cast to each other. So, we've got one right off the bat, which is kind of a cheeky question. From MetaMath, when you find the butt crown, what will your character want to do with it? I believe this is for everybody.
Destroy it.
Destroy it. But could you destroy that ass?
I'm not putting it on my head. No.
Yeah, you don't want to be a head ass.
So you're gonna put it on your
Butt
ass?
head.
Yeah,
Butt head was right there, Star.
Head ass is also a thing.
It's
It's
true.
two things.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Okay.
Yeah, it's
More
I
of
mean,
an
I believe you, I've
adjective,
just
but
never
I'll
heard.
allow it.
Right, yeah. What would-
I would give the crown to Sparks so that he can have a butt like a corgi, and they can give him butt scritches.
Wait, does the butt crown bestow butts? I thought it was a
I assume.
romantic object.
Yeah, I just figured it was
Well-
like you make a wish.
Necromancy brings
like
you
the
back to life,
form
but
of
at
the
a cost,
object.
right?
Right,
And
yeah.
in this case, the cost is that you're caked up on a Saturday.
That's right, yeah.
But only on Saturdays. Every other day you're just
Looks
It's
also
like
horrible
entropy.
Like a werewolf.
Yeah.
wear butt. We
you
have
hear the
fun
howling.
here.
You can hear it
Sound
thundering in
of-
the distance.
Butts in the breeze.
We're professionals.
No, we're
This is-
not.
This is a series of...
By no definition are we professionals.
Some of us get paid for this work. We are professionals. I got a
I'm a
question
professional
from
gamer, I'm not a professional
to
butt
save
joke
us from
maker.
more butt comments. We got a question from Sam, our mod, pronouns and bio on my chat. What is one TTRPG system you haven't played yet that you would really like to?
Oh, I've got one.
Go for it.
I bought the source book for Dungeon World like 5 years ago, and I still haven't played it. So that one probably.
Yeah.
I forget the name of, what is it, like Silent World or something? The one where you like make maps.
Oh, neat.
Like you kind of
Yeah, the quiet year
Quiet
thing.
year.
Quiet Year.
Quiet
That's what it
Year.
is. I just find that one really interesting.
I
and
would
think
love
it
to
be fun
play that
play.
with you, but you're like a professional artist, and so that's like I feel like I would be at a permanent handicap. No, if I played that game
It's
with you.
just drawing like cubes and shit. It's not that. It's
Yeah.
from what I understand.
Oh yeah,
not
it's
the same.
very abstract. It's
Yeah.
Mhm.
but I love that game. So hit
I've
me
never
up if you want
played
to.
it. Yeah.
Maybe an obvious answer, but the Sailor Moon role-playing game.
Sailor Moon role-play game.
Apparently,
There's a what now?
someone posted the cover of it in my Discord channel. First I heard of it, but
That
it
sounds
will be mine.
amazing. Yeah. Sounds amazing. It's like the
I want
Transformers
to be a Sailor
TTRPG.
Scout.
Sailor
Okay.
Scout. We all want to be a
Bonus
Sailor
question:
Scout.
everybody's favorite Sailor Scout. Go.
Obviously.
Jupiter. Yeah.
Thank you for having good taste.
The one with the biggest boobs?
Which one is that?
Jupiter.
Oh. Sure.
Speaking of, the TTRPG that I would like to play that I have not yet is Vampire the Masquerade, because I've heard very good things about that game. All of
Yeah.
my nerd friends play it, and I have just
true.
not ever done that.
Right. Yeah, Vampire the Masquerade seems like it would be very fun. I played like a lot of people, I played the computer game for it a long time ago.
Yeah, I think I agree with that one because I set up a whole character and everything, and then just couldn't make the group that I was with. So they kind of played for a few weeks without me, and yeah, then we switched back over to Pathfinder. So I would also like to try that one.
Yeah.
And the Quiet Year.
Being a creature of the night seems fun. Previously, I would have said Cyberpunk, but I have recently started playing it because I've got the source book and started reading it and stuff. So that's not on that list anymore. I am currently reading through the new Avatar TTRPG that I would really... The Last Airbender. Not like James Cameron Avatar TTRPG, although that would be really funny if only to keep cracking wise about blue cat people the entire time. You have to get the unobtainium. But yeah, it seems interesting. It is way more of like you're constructing an episode of the show than it is a combat based RPG. And there are aspects of it that are really, really interesting. So I just want to poke at it. I want to see what it is.
Oh, they made a show?
Yeah.
I thought the movie didn't even do well.
No, it didn't. It was terrible. Yeah.
I mean, they're so money hungry over in Hollywood, you know.
They just made everything. This was for a toy line. Didn't quite get off its feet. Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled 17 psychic damage from that.
Right. Let's see here.
I'm dead now.
A bunch of questions here. Getting a bunch of good ones here. Here we go. This one's more for your characters. What is the Ashen Dawn asks, what is the one thing your character is missing most from before the adventure?
Her entire sense of self.
Yeah. The ability to just steal money from people without a care in the world.
Yeah.
Being able to just live like a little gremlin in the woods and not have to worry about like talking to people and trying to,
Taxes.
Yeah, taxes. Before she knew what taxes were, honestly, she misses that age of innocence. Yeah.
The libertarian dream. Yeah.
Everything.
Not thinking about taxes and looking like a kid forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
That's libertarian.
Mal just
You're not
misses
wrong, but yikes.
Yeah, Mel. Does Mel really miss the Feywild?
Well, I mean, where they are now is like completely different from what they're used to, so maybe they're just a little bit homesick.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Emery would grew up a noble, probably misses like life being easy, but probably main forefront is just misses her damn family. Mostly her sister.
Yeah.
Just like living back when things were easy and she wasn't having to fucking stab things every other day.
It could just be a hobby.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she probably took like some basic like fencing classes, but it was more for like being fancy than actual combat.
Fancy?
Fancy?
Yes.
Yeah, they come from the same root word.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
No.
Oh. I would not be surprised if they did. That's the...
Love it. Fencing comes from defense. Just...
And fancy comes from defency.
Defency.
It comes from fantasy.
Fantasy. There
Like
you go.
a flight of fancy
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
like a fantasy. That's it. Yeah, that's...
Yeah. I miss being in that liminal space that all DMs exist in before an adventure. Thank you for allowing me out of it. I get to see this wonderful world instead of being trapped in the back rooms running away from the scribble monster. But sometimes I miss it, you
Happy
know?
to help.
Yeah.
The Skirble monster?
It makes sense if you know what the back rooms are. Star?
Oh. I know what the back rooms are. There's not usually monsters in them. That's just something somebody came up with for a video game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree with Sam. Menmath, it doesn't really affect us too much. So I'll if you really want to know my answer, you can always DM me on Discord afterwards and ask me that sort of question. It's a question about what's been going on with wizards. And
Although
yeah,
actually,
absolutely.
While we were playing, they apparently put out a statement saying that they're not getting rid of the OGL 1.0. They're like, people are celebrating in my Discord right now. So
because they knew that everyone would be distracted watching this stream.
They did. Yep. You're welcome, wizards. Where's my check?
They watched us talk about the butt crown for 45 minutes, and they were like, God, we can't take this away from them.
we can't deprive the community.
Nobody would pay for it.
But yeah,
they realized who the true creative geniuses behind this work is.
Absolutely. If anything is proved, it is absolutely, one of us. So I can go into this in more depth later, but absolutely, long story short, it didn't matter. It didn't affect us a whole lot. Regardless, we were still going to keep playing, and that's about it.
Basements and big lizards coming
Basements
soon.
and big lizards, baby. Rose Kobold asks, if your character had access to the wish spell, what would they wish for? That's my partner. She could have yelled it at me instead.
Get it out of the way, Buck Crown. True answer to actually be who she thinks she is.
Yeah.
Is it like a magic lamp kind of thing? You get 3 wishes? Like,
no,
what is this item?
A wish spell grants you within certain parameters, which really don't matter for the purpose of this question. Like a wish, like a one absolute miracle. You can ask for just about anything.
Revenge.
I think that
revenge.
So just quietly, revenge.
Well, that's what Mal's purpose is.
Yeah.
Right now, that's why they're here.
Right.
I think that Vernon would be happy with just a lifetime supply of krill.
Makes sense. Gotta keep those mandibles happy.
Yeah, you don't gotta do all the messy killing or anything like that. You just you're never gonna be hungry. You just need a giant bowl of krill anytime the hunger strikes you. And hey, guess what?
Ever filling bowl of krill.
Never gotta turn into a crab again.
That's right.
Might be a little confusing to people, but
right.
A little.
What town doesn't have their weirdos?
A little.
Tim's answer is for her to have her childhood best friend back that happens to be the dog that Sparks McBarks was built to represent, and that he would live forever and they would just be best friends forever and ever. The end.
Why you gotta do this, Zoe? Why you gotta hurt all of us with your wish?
But to be clear, you don't have
happened
that
to
spell.
Sparks.
Just to be clear.
I mean, Emery's is pretty easy. She's made it pretty obvious, like, what her goal here is.
Also,
she wants her
revenge.
damn life back. And also revenge. if like, the first one is remove the usurper and get back in her life. Close option 2 is just wipe everyone who had anything to do with it off the map. Just fucking Thanos snap them. Or the ability to just, like, have them line up so she can just lop their heads off herself.
Off with their heads?
Yeah.
You're gonna make such good royalty.
Mm-hmm. Listen, they shouldn't have pissed her off.
All right. Legendary rage. Should have been a barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of you folks have questions for either, for each other, for me?
Why you gotta do us like this, Jay?
Gotta do us like what? Gotta send villains after you?
Yeah.
Or possibly townsfolk that can't control what they've become?
Yeah. And a volcano? That too?
Yeah.
Killing our dog? That too?
Jay, have you ever seen the movie John Wick?
Great
You killed
question.
him! We win! We are all the DM now!
Yeah. Yes, I have. Yeah.
Good.
Then you know what's coming.
Was there
Oh.
any way that they could have kept the stone shield up any longer, or was that just kind of predetermined to happen after a certain amount of charges?
No, I was basically what happened is every time you put past the first charge, every charge that you put in, I rolled to see what the effect would be because the stone is damaged. So
Okay.
the first time I actually rolled when Rethgurther put one of her charges in, I rolled a 20. So the better shield, right? Impenetrable. It was longer. It, like the sides weren't shrunk. When you did yours, I rolled a 2. So yeah, the thing had a bit of a catastrophic
Damn.
failure. Yeah, and then when I did Rhiannon's, I rolled basically a 10. So I was like, okay, well, it comes up,
That
but
was
it's
pretty much
crappy.
all the possible things that you could have done, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Someone's
Cool.
asking me what's in the volcano and who cursed it. I'm not. I can't answer that question. If it even is a cursed volcano, you don't know. No one
It's
knows.
me.
No one knows. We're getting another question from Men in Math. How do they, for all the characters, how do they feel about this revelation that everyone in Tema has been healed by the volcano in the past, or however it works specifically?
Well, personally, I feel like we're going to be dying a bunch now.
Again.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking as well. Is
We
that
have to solve a series
so
of train puzzles before we're allowed to move on.
I
Chew
know
puzzles?
one trick as a
The
DM.
characters call it a chew. I know it's a train.
Emery's probably kind of conflicted because, like, whatever it is obviously good for this town because their people are coming back to life, but is there some sort of ulterior motive of all these people could... If there is, like, an evil necromancer who's been, like, bringing them back to life, who they view as, like, some benevolent spellcaster who's just helping them, is, like, everyone who lives on this mountain now kind of under their thrall and can just, like, snap in an instant if the benevolent spellcaster decides, nope, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that laugh. I don't like that
You want
laugh,
me to pay
Jay.
taxes on my spells?
I think that Tim is convinced that there's some kind of like great machine or something, like that it's an object rather than a person, and that there's some sort of like mechanical or like something that she can learn from it. And so she's intrigued. She's not super like creeped out or you know, worried about it. She sees no downside to this technology.
It's kind of surprising considering what happened with her dog, but you know, that's okay.
Well, I mean, when someone's grieving, they're more likely to value bringing things back from the dead, surely.
Right.
Yeah, but like if that's linked with the volcano, like if the volcano caused it and then thus caused
Well,
the
clearly
zombies,
it's having a malfunction, and she just needs to fix it, and then it will be fine, and everybody will be happy and healthy.
yeah,
Be
that's
happy, be
entirely
healthy.
possible.
Yeah, the word I
Cheerios.
would use to describe that outlook is healthy.
Yeah, we've just found the fountain of youth. In fact, all you have to do is rub some magma on your face, some lava on your face, and you will never ever have to worry about getting old, one way or another.
Right.
Tasty, tasty lava facial.
I think Mal would
just
be.
I feel like
like
there's some kind of
disturbed by
douche joke to
like
make
all of
there.
this.
Don't encourage them.
I'm sorry, continue.
I was just gonna say, you know, you either
No.
get younger or you
No.
die. You know. Yeah.
Someone has a good question. How would your characters even know that how would your characters know how volcanoes work at all? I can answer that question. They don't really. Like, it's, if you look at the history of how people have ever understood volcanoes in general, it's a bit of a, everyone likes to use the corollary of what happened at Pompeii to go, there wasn't a word for volcano yet. Yeah, in that language, they still knew what it looked like when a mountain exploded. Like, it's literally happening our entire history, right? So it's not like they know the exact mechanics behind it, but they certainly would know that it's a natural process that happens sometimes. Right, and sometimes it is worse, and sometimes it is not worse. And as far as they're concerned, that's an act of God. So, yeah,
It's the type of thing that's hard to keep secret. Like if it happens, people are going to know about it.
yeah. Like I know Krakatoa was a particularly large volcanic explosion, but that was heard around the world. That's the sort of thing you can't really stop, right?
The planet will have its revenge, etc., etc.
Yeah. All right, let's any other while we wait for some last questions from chat, anything else from the players to each other or to me? Yeah. It was always answers are somewhere along the lines of, hey Jay, how fast can you run? Do you know how to dig a particularly easy to hide hole to jump in? How's your field craft? That sort of thing. I get it.
Roughly how many garbage bags do you think your body would fill?
Right.
Well, he's pretty tall.
Yeah, I'm 6'4". I'm a big dude, so.
But he is kind of lanky.
You could absolutely like stack up the limbs, is what we're saying.
So probably 1.5 industrial sized garbage bag should do the trick.
Right. Oh, this is a good question from Roastable again. Does anyone wish they took the other town option instead of going to the volcano? I'm having a blast. I don't know about these guys.
A blast.
Really?
That's a volcano.
I would
and a
say
fun.
probably Sparks wishes we had gone to the other town.
Yeah.
Sparks wants nothing but goodness and happiness and the success of everyone around him. And
Yeah, you know, when you put it that way, it's even sadder that Sparks didn't get a choice.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
listen. Mistakes have been made, and the people who caused those mistakes to happen.
If we could get hashtag
knows?
Save Sparks trending, that would be, I think, a
Yeah.
start.
Hashtag save Sparks.
Trending hashtag like that is basically just the modern day internet version of that scene at the end of the first Pokemon movie where all the Pokemon start crying and then Ash comes back to life.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'm just happy that that Tim is blaming, you know, the DM, which is not existing in the world, instead of Vernon, whose magic, you know, kind of failed there and
She
caused
doesn't-
the shield to fall
she's-
down.
I think. Who would Tim blame?
That's a good question.
She would blame herself.
Because she has been definitely around a bunch of arcane failures a lot in her life, right? She knows that sometimes the machine just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So she blames herself.
She was
Does
the one who
she?
did send Sparks out there.
Does she blame Emery a little bit?
Emery was
I
right
didn't
there.
hit you this time.
No, but you failed to defend him.
I'm supposed to be defending us.
I know.
But also the wall was up and they just swarmed.
Maybe like a teens, but not enough for it to really matter. But
Right.
there's a little bit of like, well, she could have done something probably, but
Maybe. Yeah.
Very, very debatable.
But she is definitely going to blame herself
A little
for
bit
not
of gnomish teen angst.
for sending him out, for not protecting him well enough, for thinking that, like, just for everything. Every step of the way, she is questioning whether she made the right decision. She is, especially if he does not make it out of this. I know we were joking before that she's going through her goth arc.
To say Tim goes through her goth arc after the death of her dog.
Have you ever seen John Wick?
I'm picturing like it's a tableau of Tim at the table, tinkering, building sparks, and she finally gets him finished, and he's like, bark, bark, and she's like, there's this piece left over. I don't know what it is, and then the camera pans over to the other side, and you see it's fire resistance chip. That's probably not important.
That reminds me, Zoe, one of these days we have to sit down and knock out all the upgrades you want to make on Sparks, because you're going to give that dog a minigun made out of wands or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
He gets all the things. This, I guess, for all the viewers and everybody, this is your sign to spoil your pets, give them everything that they could ever want. That's...
Unless they want fire. Don't give it to them.
Oh yeah, unless they want like chocolate or things that will like actively hurt them.
But my pet lava slug loves fire.
A weird thing, you built Sparks to also not be good with chocolate. I don't know why. You didn't have to, but
it just gunks up the servos.
Yeah. Melted chocolate is a bitch to get out.
Mm-hmm.
So
Actually, it's easier to remove if it's melted.
We gotta keep melting it. That's the
that
secret.
Strongly depends on the situation.
Yeah.
it's in that like in between phase when it's like solid enough that you can't just wipe it off, but like melty enough that it sticks to things. It's
We were answering a question. I completely forgot. We were answering a question about how the players, the characters feel about not going to the other route instead of going to the volcano, and then we just got on Sparks. I completely forgot.
I mean, obviously, I feel like Vernon would feel a lot better about, himself if maybe they went to this place instead, so that he didn't fail the shield stone thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe puts a little bit of responsibility, on his shoulders there. He's just like, look, I just wanted to go and steal some stuff from people, rich people specifically, and, give it to the poor. But now I potentially killed one of my teammates' best friends.
And you're a crab for some reason? Like, when we're
And I'm a crab?
Good,
what?
this mountain's doing
Does
weird
the crab
things.
cause the malfunction?
Yeah,
Was it just feeling?
maybe.
Was it feeling a little bit crabby?
I will say though, I don't know anything about this other town, so they might have had a really big like seafood industry, so he might have been a little bit more traumatized by that if it turns out to be like the Chesapeake Bay or something like that.
I don't know though. I feel like going to another town just so that you don't turn into a monster is a little bit shellfish.
That's right. You couldn't have gone there anyway. Ratskirther had a really bad feeling about it.
That's true.
She's allergic to shellfish.
Yeah.
Stay the fuck
But
away.
she also had a rash after she fell asleep on top of me.
No, that was unrelated. We discussed this. He does not have good hygiene.
Odd.
And I guess Melders doesn't care where they go right now, as long as it's roughly in the direction of vengeance.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if the other
Melders
town
is so cool.
or whatever would have made any difference. Like we would have found other problems in the other town too. So
Well, I mean, you don't know that. It could have been a perfectly pleasant stay away from the rigors of an adventuring world. It could have been a couple episodes of just, chilling out and shopping. And
Would it have been, Jay? Would it have been? You
I can't-
understand why we all find that hard to believe,
I
right?
can't
Press X
predict
it out.
what would have happened. I can only say that I would have chosen violence, as I usually
There we
do.
go. There we go.
This sure was a
One
It
of
sure
the
was a
against
really-
one of the easily replaceable party members, not against a cool robot dog.
Right? Listen, I was trying to get to Vernon, but he was way at the back.
Man, this sure was a really nice vacation, where suspiciously nothing happened here at all.
And we all grew
Oh, wait,
together
what's that?
closer as friends.
Right?
Yeah. Why
Isn't
is
that
there
we
suddenly
all
lava
felt it?
flowing towards the town?
All right. We're in the last couple minutes here. Shotgun your questions if you got them. Same with the cast and crew. It's me. I'm the crew.
How
I
long
do
until
a-
we can get a stat block for the buck crown?
I can probably have that ready inside of the next week.
Oh my
Please do.
god.
Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely. The butt crown.
I vote against it. Just saying.
Okay, all against? All in favor?
Oh.
Overruled.
I abstain.
Well, there's 6 of us, and
Abstinence
it
is
looks
the best
like
policy when it comes to
3
butts.
people didn't vote. So
I physically
And 3
can't
people
raise my
voted in the
arms.
affirmative. So
That's right. Yeah.
sitting on the fence, still choosing a side.
All we have is cast. Hey, I rig, I light, I make the scenes, I write the story. I'm the crew.
I feel like pronouns in my bio should get votes as well.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
No, you're right. Absolutely, Sam. You gotta vote on this. The caked crown here. The
Butt crown.
ass hat. The
Ow!
I thought this was a safe place.
for butts. Yes, absolutely. When is Jinx going to DM? Absolutely. Jinx is totally the best of experience right now.
Rocks fall and everyone dies. The end.
Yay!
You did it! You're a
We're free
DM.
of this mortal plane.
Congratulations.
My
didn't even make
fear.
our-
I have a
characters
class
that she
feature
teaches us.
that allows me to return to 1 HP once per long rest if I am knocked down to 0 HP. So
Right, yeah. Oh,
My
all
fear
players
was-
are absolutely in favor of chaos, I think. If I was to guess. Yeah, I think we're all chaotic here now. Thank you. Boring question anyway.
My problem with the creation of a stat block for the butt crown is that Jay is probably going to ask me to draw it.
It's a
I am
crappy
the
job,
art-
but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah!
listen, if you would prefer the way I'm going to draw it,
Oh,
that's
boy.
perfectly fine.
Yeah, you're forgetting that Mildred is also a particularly accomplished artist.
Oh boy, I'll. You can shoulder that burden.
His shoulder, huh? Okay.
Not the axis it's going to sit upon, but yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
closer to the hips. But
Okay, everybody, unless
Wait,
anyone's
so
got
do you wear it on the ass or on your head?
dealer's choice, baby.
dealer's
Oh,
choice,
God.
absolutely, hell yeah.
You're gonna have to really
If
like
you're
work that.
flexible enough, there's no difference.
Oh,
Right.
I heard that Wrath Girther got a rib removed so she could wear the ass crown on her head and her butt at the same time.
God!
That has to be the weirdest Wrathgirther play I think I would ever go see.
Yeah,
And I would go see it 5 times.
yeah. standards and practices
Tim's
are
parents
to
didn't let her read that one.
The
Right.
the great and mighty tale of the legendary Wrathgirther and the Ass Crown.
I'm gonna steal a line from my wife here. We're gonna turn our cheeks away from this particular issue. And we're gonna finish off. So again, unless anyone has any last minute questions, we're gonna start off with what I forgot to do last time because I was very distracted last month. We're gonna tell everybody where you can find us all, starting with Ronald, dear Ronald.
Hello, my name is Ron Megaron of Megaron TV, and you can find me at Megaron TV everywhere, even TikTok, even though I just changed my account name there. So it's something different now. But you can still add me there at Megaron TV.
Excellent. Okay. Perfectly acceptable. Jinx.
Give me 1 second. I have to open my page where all my things are. I am Wild Jinx on Twitch and YouTube. Twitter, I am Wild Jinx Gaming, but does anybody even use Twitter anymore? I don't think so. TikTok, I am Wild Jinx as well.
Barren Wasteland. Star.
I'm making sandcastles. Hi. I am the Starfish Face on pretty much every platform. I am mostly on Twitter and also Tumblr for some reason, but also I've started doing more YouTube stuff, and I've got a video coming out on Monday about the time that I got scurvy in college. So if that intrigues you, you should totally watch it.
Hey, the last one made you blow the F up, so...
I made a video about that time I got stabbed in high school, and it's close to 400,000 views now when I average like 3 at most, and I'm like, okay, that's happening. That's horrifying.
It's surprising. Listen, sometimes the algorithm just...
It's because I clickbaited too hard, and I made the thumbnail just say I got stabbed,
right.
And I guess people wanted to find out how I got stabbed. 400,000 people.
Did you get stabbed?
I did.
Then it's not clickbait.
There you go.
True, but
See?
that's what people keep saying, but it's not like a guy came at me with a knife. It was a bouncy castle accident.
Star, what you'll realize is that commenters don't know what they're saying.
That's true. That's true. You're right.
Don't listen to them. You're
right.
fine.
You're right. You're right. But yeah, the Starfish Face on everything. Also read my webcomic Cast Off if you like fantasy and angry girls like the one I happen to play. I happen to have a character in my webcomic who is basically just the same as my D&D character. And if anyone ever calls me out on that in a non-joking way, I will kill you.
That reminds me, What's Left of Us has a DMCA claim out on Cast Off. You've got a character that's way too similar.
Oh yeah, good fucking luck. My comic's been running for 8 years.
Well, actually, bowing to fan pressure, we're going to change our end user license agreement.
That's right. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, we're going to go back to our original piece of work. Wherein we don't have one.
Because we got ratioed on Twitter too hard.
Yeah, that's it. Mildred.
You can get thatslime.com. You find some kind of YouTube channel. I'm there. I talk about fart puppets. That's my thing.
It's useful. We can see where your expertise came from for this episode. Yeah. Pretty much so. Yeah. Zoe.
Yes, you can find me on YouTube at Zoe B. And I think that's it. Is that it? Yes,
yeah.
that's it.
Unless your Discord link is still up somewhere.
Oh, it should be. I think my Discord link is on my YouTube video. I think I have a perpetual link that should not break after a certain number of days. But
I can't remember
we'll
if I
see.
also put it in this description or not. I'll have to double check. Anyway.
It's somewhere, or just reach out to the mod. Ask the mod. Sam is great at everything that he touches, so he can help you with that.
Very much so.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam. And lastly, I am the Jaycorn. You found me. Hi. You are here on the channels that I most frequent, and other than that, I hang out in the Discords of my friends, and that's it. That's the only place you'll find me. I technically am still on Twitter, but like everyone else has said, like, how the hell are you gonna ever find anything there anymore? If you ever could to begin with. So, you know. Yeah, absolutely. So please, if you want to stay in touch with us, if you want to make sure that you kept up to date on the latest news, you can follow the links that have been posted in the chat. Thank you, Sam. And once again, thank you, Sam, so much for all your wonderful work. And yeah, that's basically all you need to know about finding our stuff. I think that's it. There are no other further questions. There are absolutely none. It looks like we're good. There's some question about scurvy, but obviously you'll have to wait for the video for that.
Comes out on Monday, y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you can watch it right now if you join my Patreon. I'm just...
Oh. Yeah. So we look forward to a whole another year, a whole other 12 more episodes of great content that you just saw today. Thank you all for watching. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Hi, everybody.
Bye.
Goosh, 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 goosh.